ideal gas equation. So let us study about ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation. So the relation between the three variables of gases, that is pressure, volume and temperature, is called the ideal gas equations. Now, to find out the ideal gas equation, so let us see what is the Boyle's law. From the Boyle's law, we have the mathematical expression, that is, this Boyle's law can be expressed as mathematically V is inversely proportional to P. V is inversely proportional to P at a constant temperature. Let us call this as equation 1. So, the Boyle's law states that at a constant temperature, the volume of given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. So, at a constant temperature, the volume of given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. This is the statement regarding the Boyle's law. Now from Charles' law, we have from the Charles' law, we can express this Charles' law mathematically. The mathematical expression for the Charles' law, we have V is directly proportional to T at a constant pressure. Let us call this as equation number 2. So what is the statement of the Charles' law? Charles' law states that at a constant pressure, the volume of given mass of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. So at a constant pressure, the volume of given mass of a gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. So we have these two equations here. Combining equation 1 and equation 2, we can write here V is proportional to T upon P. V is proportional to T upon P, or PV upon T. PV upon T equal to constant. PV upon T equal to constant. Now for 1 mole of a gas, if we consider the 1 mole of a gas, for 1 mole of gas, we have the expression, or we can say that for the 1 mole of a gas, the constant of proportionality is R. So for the one, if we consider the 1 mole of a gas, for this 1 mole of a gas, the constant of proportionality is R. So here we can write PV upon T, PV upon T is equal to capital R. Or we can write PV equal to RT. So this equation, it is called as ideal gas equations. PV equal to RT. This equation is called the ideal gas equation. Now, if the given gas consists of n moles, so what happens? For n moles of gas, the ideal gas equations can be given as PV equal to N into R into T. So we have this equation PV equal to nRT. This is also called the ideal gas equation. So in this equation, this R, it is same for the all gas, and this R is called the universal gas constant. And what is the value of this universal gas constant? The value of universal gas constant, it is given by R equal to 8.31 joule per Kelvin per mole. So these things you have to remember here, that the value of this R, it is given by 8.31 joule per Kelvin per mole. So this is all about the ideal gas equation you have to remember here. Now, let us study about the term absolute temperature. I will explain this term with the help of one graph here. So see, let us study about the absolute temperature with the help of this graph. Here we have considered the three gases, gas A, gas B and gas C. So Kelvin studied the impact of temperature changes on the volume of a gas, which we have considered here, the three different gases. From this graph, we can see that as the temperature decreases, what happens? As the temperature decreases or reduces, the volume of a gas is also reduces for these three gases. What happens below the 0 degree Celsius temperature? So below the 0 degree Celsius, Kelvin extended these lines. Now see, we can observe that as the temperature decreases, the volume of a gas is also decreases. So what happens below the 0 degree Celsius? Below the 0 degree Celsius, Kelvin extended the line in the graph which cut the temperature axis at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. When you extend these lines for these gases, we observe that this line cuts the temperature axis at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. And this is the lowest possible temperature, which is called absolute zero temperature. So what happens at the absolute zero temperature? The first point you have to remember here that every substance in the nature has least possible molecular activity at the absolute temperature. Second point you have to remember here that the kinetic energy and potential energy of a molecule becomes zero at this absolute zero temperature. The third point you have to remember here that the internal energy of body is zero. So 3 important point you have to remember here. Now let us study about the Celsius scale. Let us study about the absolute scale or Kelvin scale. What is meant by absolute scale or Kelvin scale? So here we can say that the temperature scale that has its zero at minus 273.15 and the temperature intervals are same as the Celsius scale is called the Kelvin scale or absolute scale. So these things you have to remember here. Now let us study about the next article, that is the expansion of solids. Expansion of solids. So here in the expansion of solids, we can say that why the solids expand on heating. So when the solid is heated, the molecule of solids receive the heat energy and begin to vibrate about their mean positions with a greater amplitude. As the temperature increases, what happens? The average distance between the molecules also increases, and this results into the expansion of the solids. So, in the expansion of solids, we are going to consider the isotropic solids. So, what do you mean by isotropic solids? Which solids are called isotropic solids? So, isotropic solids means the solids which expand equally in all directions. So, the solid which expand equally in all directions on heating are called the isotropic solids. What are the examples? Here we can see that all metals are isotropic solids. So Here we are going to study the expansion of solids. So there are the three ways in which the expansion of solids takes place. So what happens when the isotropic solid is heated? If there is increase in length, then it is called as linear expansion. If there is an increase in area, it is called as areal expansion, and if there is increase in the volume, so it is called as volume expansion. So there are the three types of the expansion of solid. The first one, you have to remember here that is the linear expansion. Linear expansion. Second one, that is the areal expansion. And the third one, that is volume expansion. So these three types of expansions we are going to study one by one in the next lecture. We will stop here. Thank you.